It's been a hot minute since I did a review of one of these, huh? Right? So, eroge. When you hear the name eroge, you automatically think of a typical high school setting where there's a variety of girls with different character archetypes and our main lead, the male, banging each and every one of them. You think of a variety of different sexy ways to jack off. But of course there are eroges out there that aren't purely meant for such easy pleasures. It's not really a game that you can dumb yourself out to. And there's also a variety of themes in eroge. You know, of course there is guro, there is a lot of guro, isn't there? And I too used to be that way. I used to think, when I heard eroge, I heard easy fap. But now when I think of eroge, I think of pain. I think of suffering to the utmost degree. And it isn't because of euphoria, and it's definitely not because of Megan Bates. It's because of another eroge that has been tantalizing my brain for the past few days, and I don't know how to survive anymore. I could never really wrap my head around an eroge not being safe for life.
Until now.
Before I begin this video, I'd like to thank Jast for sponsoring this video, because I would never have had the wonderful experience of playing this game if it wasn't for them. And I'm gonna be talking to you a little riddle about a certain game called Dead End Aegis. Now, Dead End Aegis was written by the same person who made Sadistic Blood, Ueda Metawu. And if you recall my previous video on the eroge Sadistic Blood, you could kind of gauge where a lot of the sex goes. It's pretty sadistic, pretty guro.
Yes.
I think he has a theme for writing games with a lot of sadism. Because Dead End Aegis is essentially if Annihilation had a baby with Guardians of the Galaxy. And that baby was Mahou Shoujo Madoka. And Mahou Shoujo Madoka had a baby with Attack on Titan Season 3. And that baby was this eroge. And this eroge's name is fucking Pain. The plot to Dead End Aegis is pretty complicated. In the year 2099, humans have been able to spread out to a variety of different planets. So Mars, Saturn, you know, all of them, like, you know, the moon. But suddenly, an alien started attacking humanity, so humanity had to find a way how to combat them. And they made something akin to Mahou Shoujo girls, so magical girls. And the magical girls beat the aliens, they beat them. But of course, aliens keep popping up here and there, so they make a military. If you're lucky and special enough, you have the potential to be able to be picked to be a magical girl. Now, our lead heroine, Minori, has a dream of becoming a magical girl like her favorite magical girl, Lisette. She is one of the troops that's in the military and is very strong-willed and has the exact personality you would think of for a perfect leader. So when she's picked to be able to go to the training camp to become a magical girl, she's thrilled. But little does she know what fucking awaits her. Essentially, hundreds of girls are picked to be potentially magical girls. However, they have to go through a certain tentacle-like trial to see if they have the ability to transform into magical girls. And let's just say a lot of them didn't have it. A lot of them died. But luckily, our maid lead didn't. And from that point on, things start kind of unraveling. She gets in a dormitory and we meet these two girls named Nana and Ilusha. It's a Russian name, and they become best friends. This is a fairly long game. It's about 21 hours in complete length. You really get close to these girls, and not in a typical anime kind of way where it's just like, oh, we're best friends, we hang out, we eat lunch together, but you get to learn everything about them. You know, you talk with them, you literally become magical girls and fight alongside each other and share, you know, your hopes, your dreams. You do become, like, you yourself are friends with them. I really rarely ever connect with characters who are, like, friends in the game, but I can really feel it in this game. So that's why when shit started going down, it fucking hurt. There's a lot that goes on in this game. A lot. And essentially, magical girls, as well as the people that produce them, which is called Cathedral, have a lot of inner politics that make you start questioning who, in reality, is the real evil here. It's not looking like the aliens. You find out that in order to maintain their magical powers and fight, you know, with a lot of strength, they have to be sexually aroused. So the girls have to figure out ways in order to maintain and take care of their sexual feelings, because if they don't, then their powers are going to become weaker and they're gonna die. So essentially the humans that are taking care of them and crafting them kind of know that the girls need them in order to become strong. And that leads to a variety of issues. In some eroge, I can see how the sex scenes, maybe most of them may not be sexy or good, but there's at least a few of them that you could have a good gentle fap to. No, not in this one though. I truly don't believe that there's any scene in this at all that I looked at and I'm like, hell yeah, give me some of that, daddy. It was all very, 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 very sadistic. Now, there isn't a lot of guro in this eroge. In fact, I only think there's literally only one scene. But I think I can go out on a limb here and say the sex scenes in this eroge, I think, are top, some of the most fucked up shit I have ever seen in any eroge. And it's for the pure fact of it's for a variety of facts. Let me get into this. So essentially, there is quite a bit of ugly bastard sex. I'm not complaining, but there might be some people who feel different. I don't know why, but literally they gotta have sex with this fucking guy initially. But one of the biggest things that gets me is, of course, the writing, because it's an eroge, it's a visual novel. And the writing is so detailed. I feel like I know what these girls look like inside and out. Like, I feel like I could, count the number of teeth they have. So when it starts getting pretty demented in terms of sex, that's when I start feeling a little concerned, especially when you get to know these girls, how they are, friendship-wise and such. Yeah. And a lot of the scenes are not openly consensual. So although they're not fucking each other's eyeballs, although they're not making them eat shit and wear diapers and roll around in semen piss, well, it is quite an ordeal to see a character that you saw who wanted to become a hero, who had such strong wills and defense, seemingly become depowered. It's not easy reading and especially hearing her lose that. The voice acting is fucking top notch. I swear to God, I was tearing up. I was almost crying for a variety of this, just from the sounds alone. And then the girls find out that they're probably not going to be able to leave. If they wanted to stop becoming magical girls and go back to their respective planets and live their lives, it's too late. Until they die, from whatever happens, they are subject to the abuse of Cathedral. And they're out in the middle of fucking space, okay? Nobody's gonna come and save them. Anybody that comes and goes from Cathedral already knows what the fuck is going on. And in fact, they participate in all of the disgusting, horrible shit that happens to these cute little cupcakes. And then the girls start going a little crazy. A lot of crazy. Of course, if you find out that you are stuck on a spaceship, that you have to fight aliens and then get assaulted, and that's literally just a repeated cycle that you have until you die, I think, I'm just saying, I probably would have murdered somebody ever. But then you start learning the dark backstories of Cathedral and essentially trying to figure out how you can escape. I was enthralled with this eroge. Although, oh my God, the pain of it hurts. I will never, oh my God. I can't even look at space anymore. I can't even look at the fucking sky without thinking of tentacles going out through somebody's mouth, and then there's poop through the tentacles in her mouth because it went through her butt and then it went out through her mouth and there was poop. There was poop. But it was one of those eroges that I just could not stop playing, no matter how painful it was. I literally started playing it when I first started at about 11 a.m. and then when I looked at the clock, somehow it was 7 p.m. And I'm usually not one for sci-fi, but seeing the story and just trying to figure out how the girls are going to survive, what is going on in the continuous, because things keep fucking happening. There's so many twists and turns that I'm just like, whoa. The story continues to change in a way that I honestly don't even properly know how to explain every detail of it to you, because there is so many changes that I fear I might spoil you. But this eroge became quickly one of my most favorites because the horror element to it was something you could genuinely feel. It wasn't an eroge with supernatural elements. It wasn't an eroge where, the killer's, chasing you. But you are literally stuck in space in endless hell with no help and there's no escaping. Genuine fear and slow descent into madness of the girls and seeing your comrades slowly get murdered like, right next to you, because there's a lot of dead people in this game, okay? And a lot of them are pretty fucking painful. Seeing that, you really start to feel like you want to see these fuckers, you want to see them leave. You want to see them become happy because they're going through hell. You want to see Cathedral fucking fall like Rome, baby. Sometimes Garton would come into the room and see if I'm still playing the game because I've obviously been up here for a long time. On the screen would be a picture of Minori getting assaulted in horrible, horrible ways. Garton would just kind of leave, you know, but I would be here crying. I'd be crying my eyes out like, please, Lord. I've never, I don't think, teared up from an eroge before, but I full on nearly started sobbing at some points. It's a sci-fi horror fantasy game you could feel on the deepest fucking level that you could ever imagine. You know, someone who's obsessed with horror movies, one of the best. And that's not just lip service. I really, really recommend you play this game. It's fucking amazing. Although it is quite a painful game, it is stellarly written. The plot is literally on the edge of your seat, suspenseful. It's one of those games that just kind of sticks with you. It can be like a scenario or a situation, but you think about it a lot. It is definitely one you do not want to miss out on, is what I'm saying. It is an experience. It is a fucking experience. It's a wild fucking roller coaster, baby. Don't play this if you're looking for a fun fap. Definitely don't. And if you do have a little fun fap, I would really start looking into a therapist. Like, genuinely. But if you are interested in playing this game, please check out Jast. Or just check out the links in the description because it's also right there. I am tired, I'm exhausted, but I am satisfied because I read an amazing tale of triumph, heroism, and the darkness of humanity. That's my everyday life, and I'm still chugging on. Either way, thank you, Jast, for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys for watching it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you are thinking about supporting this channel, then please type in this link here, or check out the links in the description. Thank you guys again, and ta-da.